to offense. Go to Colts. Wow. Taylor's gone. Jonathan Taylor. Goodbye. Touchdown, Indy.
Hey guys, I'm bringing you a video here from week 9 between Ross and Clemens. So this one was not really tight at all. This one looked like it was pretty much on cruise control here for Ross. Wasn't a whole lot of scoring in this matchup, but didn't feel like it was that close of a matchup either. So let's kind of dive in and see what kind of happened here. Josh Allen only had 9.5 points in a terrible game there for the Bills against the Jags. He threw it 47 times, had 264, threw 2 picks, also ran 50 times, lost a fumble. So he touched the ball a lot. He threw it a lot, ran a lot. They could not get into the end zone against the Jaguars of all teams. Probably one of the most shocking outcomes I've seen in the NFL all season. So, but all in all, he didn't end up needing it this week, Ross. Lucky didn't burn you, but I don't really think this is going to be, a regular thing for Josh Allen. He's someone who always comes out, shows up, gives you big numbers. So this is like a weird anomaly that happened there in Duval County. So here we go. Let's go to Kirk Cousins. Had 25.58 points. He's not spectacular, but he's pretty solid most weeks. I'm sure, Ross, you would say different. I know you hate Kirk Cousins, and he did pretty well for you guys this week. Had 187 yards, 2 TDs, also ran for a touchdown. So, hey, Kirk Cousins, Captain Kirk was taking over there, even though they lost, got the L against the Ravens. Jonathan Taylor, in complete beast mode here for you, Ross, on Thursday Night Football. Got you 172 yards, 2 touchdowns, also caught 2 passes for 28 yards. So I think I was looking at that. I said, man, this might be already the week winner here for Ross. Just going complete ham on Thursday night. They could not stop him at all. Could have had more had not shut him down, but it was just a blowout at the time. So, but that was definitely the Kickstarter your week needed, Ross. Nick Chubb, not too close behind, too far behind to say, had 137 yards, 2 TDs, also caught 2 passes, 26 yards. So very similar production on the other side there for Nick Chubb. He's currently on the COVID protocol list. There's reports he might be able to play for you this week, Clemens. So just keep looking out for reports on that. But hopefully he can play. But if he's really coming to his own, leading the charge there for the Browns. Javonte Williams, speaking of coming to their own, had 17 carries, 111 yards. So he's, I think, someone who is definitely going to be the running back of the future there in Denver. So it's something that, it's good that he's getting most of the touches now. He's starting to take over a little bit from Melvin Gordon, even though Gordon's still getting the touchdown. So it's really limiting his ceiling right now. But the floor is pretty high there for Javonte. Carlos Hyde only had 5.8 points. This was a game where James Robinson didn't even play. He had 21 carries, also caught a pass. He just didn't do much with it. Just got stonewalled there by the Bills. Unfortunately there for you, Clemens. Cooper Kupp had 15 points, 11 catches, 95 yards. I feel like 15 points is almost a bad week for Cooper Kupp just because of how dominant he's been. Didn't get a touchdown either, but for most receivers, that's a pretty damn good day. It's just for Kupp, it's like, really? He can get 20 points? That's how good he's been. So it's a compliment. Adam Thielen usually gets into the end zone, got an end zone, got a touchdown there, but he didn't do anything else. He had 2 catches, 6 yards, and the touchdown. So that's like a tight end stat line there that Thielen got for you there, Clemens. DJ Moore only had 6.1 points, had 2 carries for 14 yards in addition to 3 catches for 32. So, he tried to manufacture touches, try to manufacture some fantasy points there for you. Just wasn't quite the week you're looking for. Jacoby Myers had 1 catch for 8 yards. So I think this has probably been his worst week. He's not a high ceiling guy either, but this is bad even for him. At 4 targets, though, only turned into 8 yards. Darren the Walrus Waller had one of his better games over the last several weeks, in my opinion. Had 7 catches for 92 yards. Didn't get into the end zone. My Raiders had a tough L there at the Meadowlands. But Waller definitely did the best he could to try to pull out the dub. I think Carr missed him on a few back of the end zone pass catch opportunities, which could have definitely boosted his day for sure. But You didn't need it, Ross, so all good. Jared Cook had 4 catches, 48 yards, and a 2-point conversion. He had a pretty solid day there from the tight end spot. He's still the main, like the third receiving option there for Herbert, behind Mike Williams and Keenan Allen, maybe Eckler too. So I would say maybe the fourth receiving option. But he's someone's been pretty solid, even though he's like 80 years old. But he's dominating pretty well for the tight end spot. Emmanuel Sanders had 4 catches, 65 yards, no touchdowns, but no one got a touchdown in that crappy game there in Jacksonville. So CeeDee Lamb had a really crappy game, 2 catches for 23 yards. Him and Amari Cooper just could not get in sync with Dak Prescott. I don't know if it was just rust or something, but they just could not click in the passing game at all. So we'll see if it improves this week with another week of practice here for Dak, getting accustomed to the flow of the offense again. I think also Lamb was a little bit hobbled as well too, so maybe that's a part of it. We'll see. Harrison Butker had 9 points, very solid day from the kicker spot. Mason Crosby only had 1 in a terrible looking offensive display there, led by Jordan Love for the Packers. So they just could not score points at all. They're lucky to get a touchdown, but like Kansas City though too was struggling too. So it was pretty shocking that Kansas City just didn't like blow them out, because the Packers couldn't move the ball at all. Finally, the Dallas defense had 3 points and the Chargers had only 1, so pretty much a wash there. So congrats to you, Ross. You move on to 7-2. You're tied with me record-wise. I'm a little bit ahead of you in points, 4 on the season, but it's still 5 games to go. You're still on my heels. So we'll see how it unfolds. And Clemens, tough L, my man. But you're still only 4 and 5. So I think you're like right in that mix of like the 5-6 seed right there. So hang in there and hopefully you can pull out the dub coming up. So good luck to you both going forward.